World champion, Chris Algieri. Chris, what'd you think of Haney Linares tonight?
Great fucking fight. Both guys looked awesome. Really great performance by Devin Haney. I thought that he started out super sharp, really impressive. And then Linares late. Linares showed surprising durability in the fight. Took all the shots, head and body. Was right there in terms of output, everything, speed, output. Explosiveness, so impressed by both men, and Haney had to dig deep and figure out a way to get over that hurdle at the end, but he did. The decision was correct. Right man should have won.
Do you think the ref maybe should have warned him about some of that holding those last couple rounds?
Not necessarily. I mean, there could have been warnings. I don't think it was warranting a point deduction or anything like that. But like clinching is allowed. Excessive clinching is not.
There were a couple times where he just went right in. You can tell. I mean, that's part of what you're taught, right?
Right, it's part of the game. So again, clinching is allowed. Excessive clinching is not. So and that's a subjective matter. It depends on the ref. Could he have been warned? Sure. Could it warrant a point deduction? I don't think so. And it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Yeah, he had enough points.
Talked to De La Hoya after, who promoted Linares, and he actually thought, Haney was good, and he said that those last 3 rounds were really good for him, actually, in the long run.
Ultimately, yes, we'll see. Yes, in terms of his development as a fighter and him developing and learning how to deal with adversity. But we'll see what happens, down the line with other fighters who, have seen that. Linares was never hurt during the fight. Haney was. So, there's that. But listen, everybody gets hit with good shots. Everybody gets hurt. It's part of the game. And he did exactly what you're supposed to do when you're hurt.
Who would you like to see Haney fight next?
Everybody's talking about the Teofimo fight. I don't love that fight, but honestly, it has to happen because of the belt situation. I don't love them fighting so young and so like right now. But if they both want to claim, I'm world champion this, I'm undisputed that. I mean, I'm old school. If you say you're something, you got to fight.
I mean, Leonard and Hearns fought at 25 and 22, right? So.
Correct, right. And that's kind of what we've seen in the past. A lot of these guys, they peaked a lot earlier than we've seen now. But both these guys can have really long careers, past this. They're super young.
Based on what you saw tonight, who's the favorite? Lopez Haney.
It's tough because it's such a clash of styles. I think Teofimo, based on his past performances, because that's the only thing I can base it on. Because people were asking me about we talked about this yesterday. It's
yes.
like, what are we gonna take? I'm like, I can't. I haven't seen Haney tonight. Haney looked fucking great tonight. What's he gonna look like? What's he gonna look like next fight? He's probably gonna be better, And is the next fight Teofimo, or is it down the line? So it's hard to say. Both these, especially Haney at this point, because he hasn't been in those big fights yet, other than this one. How much he can and will progress.
What about Linares? He obviously had a great ending to the fight. It seems like him and Ryan Garcia at this point he's kind of like a trial horse now at this point in his career for the guys trying to move up.
Yeah, a very dangerous trial horse. A guy who can
as shown tonight.
Who can upset the apple cart. Yeah, who can upset the apple cart in literally any one of those top guys. I thought this was a very dangerous fight, and obviously it was. I think Haney actually did better than I expected. I thought he did really, really well early on. I thought he was going to win, but I didn't know he was going to be that much in control as he was. But then again, there comes Linares in the last 3 rounds, showing that he still belongs.
And lastly, Chris, first 9 rounds where Haney was dominant, flashes of Floyd Mayweather? Or that too much?
So I was having this conversation early. I put this fight as Floyd Mayweather-Gonzalez. That first big fight, where it was like, well, but do you remember what Floyd Mayweather
Gonzalez?
Yeah, do you remember Floyd did to Gonzalez?
Stopped him in 8.
Yeah, completely dominated him. It's different. Floyd's he's a different guy. It's hard to compare the two. We talked about this yesterday, talking about Floyd's career in his totality. He was an absolute destroyer early on, knocking everyone out. People forget that. Yep. The kids these days who are fight fans or fighters, they don't know history. They don't know what Floyd was when he was in the lighter weight classes.
Pretty boy.
Yeah, absolutely. When Pretty Boy was killing guys. So tough comparison. Just stylistically, they're different. They're different things.
Thanks, Chris. Thank you.